What if the biggest threat of 2025 isn't war, inflation, or recession, but something so silent, so invisible, that most people won't even realize they're paying the price? What if every time you buy groceries, pay school fees, or take a loan, you're secretly covering the cost of trillion-dollar mistakes made by governments and financial elites? Here's the real mystery. If countries owe more than $315 trillion, then who exactly do they owe it to? And when the system finally breaks, who pays the bill? Today, we uncover the truth behind the global debt crisis of 2025. A crisis decades in the making, and one that ordinary people are already feeling, without knowing why. Setting the stage to understand 2025, we need to go back. Not to 2020. Not even to 2008. But to 1944 Bretton Woods. A new world system was built. The US dollar became the backbone of global trade. Countries were encouraged to borrow to rebuild debt, became a tool for growth. It worked. For a while, but the leaders of that time unknowingly planted a seed. A seed of endless borrowing, easy money, and delayed consequences. Every crisis after that, 1970s oil shocks, 1980s inflation, 1997 Asia crash, 2008 global collapse, was fixed with the same solution. Print more money, borrow more. Push the pain into the future. Part 1. The origins by the late 20th century. Governments realized it's easier to borrow than raise taxes, easier to print money than fix real problems, easier to make promises than pay for them. And central banks helped them. Low interest rates, limited credit, debt became the oxygen of the global economy. Consumers borrowed, corporations borrowed, countries borrowed. The world moved forward. Part 2. The rise of the debt bubble. Housing collapsed. Leaders panicked and chose the fastest solution. Print trillions. Bail out everything. Keep the system alive at any cost. Global debt skyrocketed. But the real explosion came in 2020, when the pandemic shut the world down. Governments printed more money in 2 years than the previous 20. It felt like a miracle, a price we started paying in 2023 and will continue paying in 2025. Part 3. The breaking point. It's the moment the bill finally arrives. Interest rates went up to fight inflation, and suddenly, the world realized the truth. Countries can't afford their own interest payments. Corporations face bankruptcy from old, cheap loans. Developing countries drown under dollar debt. Banks hold trillions in risky bonds, losing value. Here are the numbers. Global debt passes $315 trillion. U.S. government pays over $1 trillion per year in interest. Household debt reaches highest levels in history. The world didn't run out of money. It ran out of cheap money, and that breaks everything. Part 4. The fallout. Who pays? Here's the shocking part. Governments don't pay their own debt. Banks don't pay for their failed loans. Corporations don't pay for their greed. People do. How? 1. Inflation. Your money buys less. Prices rise silently, stealing your income. 2. Higher interest rates. Loans, mortgages, credit cards become traps. 3. Currency weakness. Your savings lose value. Debt stays the same. 4. Taxes increase, not always income tax, but hidden fees, fuel charges, utility hikes. 5. Reduced services, less education. Lower healthcare funding, fewer jobs. The global debt crisis isn't a financial problem anymore. It's a human problem. Part 5. Failed solutions. Every solution the world tried created a bigger problem. Printing more money. Short-term relief gives long-term inflation. Raising interest rates controls prices, crushes borrowers. Bailouts save corporations, hurt taxpayers. Austerity cut spending, increased poverty. Financial innovation, new tools, new bubbles, new collapses. The truth? The world is not repairing the system. It's recycling the same mistakes, hoping the consequences land on the next generation. Part 6. History repeats. Look back at history. The Roman Empire collapsed after currency debasement. 1980s Latin America collapsed under debt. 1997. Asian crisis came from unsustainable loans. 2008 global crash started with toxic debt. Every cycle had the same signs. Barring beyond limits belief that this time is different, a sudden shock, a painful collapse, 2025 is not unique. It's predictable, because the patterns never change. Final reveal, who really bears the cost? After all the complexity, the answer is simple. The people who created the crisis never pay for it. The people who did nothing wrong always pay the most. The worker, the shopkeeper, the students. The families are fighting to survive. The debt crisis isn't about numbers, it's about power. And the powerless pay the bill. Final takeaways: 1. Debt equals control. The more debt a system has, the more trapped it becomes. 2. Crises don't appear suddenly. They build slowly. 2025 is just the moment the mask falls. 3. Protect yourself. Saving, investing, learning, these are not luxuries anymore. These are survival tools. The storm isn't coming. It's already here. Those who understand the system survive it. Those who don't get crushed by it. If you want more deep analytical videos like this, subscribe, like, and share this video, because knowledge is your strongest shield in the coming years.